Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining us for our second Climate Dispatch of the 2021 legislative session. I'm Johanna Miller. I run the Energy and Climate Program at the Vermont Natural Resources Council, and I am here today joined by Representative Becca White of Hartford and my colleague Lauren Herl of Vermont Conservation Voters. And we are here just to give you a quick update in these very crazy, intense times, starting first by saying hello and hoping you and yours are well. But we continue to want to keep you apprised of what's happening when it comes to the clean energy and climate transformation that we so need and that will create so many opportunities for public health benefits, economic benefits, equity opportunities, and far more. So the legislature began last week. The committees have been getting stood up with new composition. Highly encourage you to make sure that you're reaching out to your legislators, whether they are new or not, to build a relationship. Super important in these, even in these crazy times. So as you know, legislature is getting underway. The work of the Vermont Climate Council is also getting underway. They had their, I'm on that Climate Council, had our fourth meeting yesterday to vote on the report due to the legislature today, January 15th. You can find that online at the link that Ian will share, my fabulous colleague Ian, in the Climate Council website. But really excitingly, today is a big day because we have some serious leadership in the House, and we are lucky to have Representative White with us here today to talk about a really important endeavor underway and a new bill about to be introduced called the Transportation Modernization Act. And as you know, almost half of our climate pollution emissions come from the transportation sector. So Representative White, we are really excited to learn more about what this bill is and how we might help shape it and move it over the line. So give us a quick update. Thanks.
Ooh, well, that was great. Thank you, Joey. Thanks for having me. So I'll just start by saying that although I'd love to take a lot of credit for this, truthfully, this bill and the work that's been put into the drafting process has been years in the making, from the advocate side, from the individual folks who are impacted by transportation accessibility, and then mostly Representative Molly Burke from Brattleboro and Representative Kurt McCormick, who both really have spearheaded this work. So I get to be a little bit of the mouthpiece for some of their great work. So yes, Transportation Modernization Act of 2021. If you really want an acronym, it's the TMA. It's what the cool kids are calling it. And there's a lot of different features to the bill, but strategically, the Transportation Committee in the House has put forward a T-bill every year that we tend to get right from the administration, or a transportation bill that the administration introduces to us and then we respond to. And really what Representative McCormick put forward before the session started was the concept of reframing that, really putting out the priorities of different members of the committee and generally what we want to see, and hopefully having the administration respond to that, or at least put it out there so folks can see it. So some key pieces to the bill. It is to support plug-in electric vehicles. There's incentives to expand on that. There is a additional funding allocation for the Replace Your Ride program, or Mileage Smart, if you're familiar with those. The general gist is to help lower income Vermonters switch out of older high mileage vehicles, inefficient vehicles, to vehicles that don't have the same impact on our environment. There's support for electric bikes, support for switching our buses and our fleets over from fossil fuel driven to EVs when you're making the purchase for a new item. There's fare free public transit for the whole state. I mean, there's a lot in this bill, and there's, I think, for everyone who has been thinking about transportation, and I think we've all kind of come to this place of understanding how big a role, as you put it, like the emissions are from transportation, but how do we fit that into the climate change goals that we have? I think this bill is really the first omnibus way of us trying to do that at the beginning of the session. And we just hit 69 co-sponsors. So hopefully hitting number 70 at some point before we introduce it or submit it for introduction. And I'm excited to see that I'm a Democrat and the leadership in our party has signed on to it. So that feels really, really good. But yeah, that's kind of it.
That is very exciting, and we're so appreciative for your leadership and for your fellow committee members for all the hard work that's gone into really trying to rethink how we approach our critical transportation system and make it more affordable, convenient, healthier. So it's really exciting. So we always like to end these with a call to action, and this week, we wanted to, first of all, remind you, as Joey started, the Climate Council is going to be a critical arena of work this year and showing up and engaging in that process. So as she mentioned, the next meeting is January 25th in the morning. We'll put the link up for how you can find that as well. But it's great to have, people looking for climate action participating in that. And the other thing we just wanted to mention, with everything going on, please pay attention to what's happening. As someone based in Montpelier, I know there's a lot of interest in wanting to make our voices heard to defend our democracy with everything we've been seeing. I'm sure you've been hearing, but here in Montpelier, we're asking people, please stay home. Do not come out to counter protest. If you want to make your voice heard, do it from home. Send an email, contact your family and friends, write a letter to the editor, do things you can do from the safety of your home. The last thing we want is anyone to get hurt. So let's all stay smart and safe and make our voices heard in other ways. So just wanted to put that word out, and we're really seeing that from this weekend through Inauguration Day at least, and we'll keep you posted. So, again, we appreciate everyone making your voices heard, and we're often like, let's come together. In this case, let's do it from the comfort of our homes. But thank you again, Representative White, for all you're doing, and look forward to working with you. And we'll keep you all posted on ways to engage in that process as that rolls out with that great Transportation Modernization Act. And stay safe and stay well, everyone. And we'll be back with you next week. Keep following #ActOnClimateVT. All right, take care. Bye.